Hi everyone, let's continue with flexibility. This is part two. So the first one, souvenirs. A couple of years ago, I went on a journey to Hangzhou. One day, I did some sightseeing in a lovely street market where I bought a handmade umbrella. It really caught my fancy because it was cheap and cheerful. Catch up with someone. Festivals. Spring Festival is my all-time favorite because it's an important opportunity to have a family reunion and catch up with them. Catch up with them. Meanwhile, it helps a lot in bringing us closer together. Catchy lyrics and tunes. Music. I have a liking for old and classic sounds with catchy lyrics and tunes because I'm able to sing along with them. Open, an open person, a family member. I'm going to talk about my grandmother, who is an open, outgoing, and loving person. Though she is much older than me, we have a good relationship. Also, I love doing things together with her because my grandmother tends to have a good state of mind and look things on the bright side. Look things on the bright side. Open my mind. Reading helps me open my mind. The more books I read, the more interested I am in reading and the more open-minded I'll become. Open my eyes. Going on a journey somewhere allows me to open my eyes. Let's say it leads to me having a wider range of experiences and helps me gain an insight into different cultures, customs, and ways of living. Open the door to. Reading allows us to open the door to all aspects of knowledge. All aspects of knowledge. Hit. Arriving. Hit the shops. Hit the gym. Hit the town. Hit the street. Hit the market. As long as I have got some free time, I'll hit the gym and do some exercise. Hit it off. Describe a friend. Eric and I hit it off the moment we met each other. Since then, he has become my lifelong friend because we have a lot in common and see eye to eye on many others. For example, both of us believe that reading and traveling are the most important things in life. Fire, hit film. As soon as a film came out, it became a hit film and enjoyed reviewers. A hit song. When I was young, I used to have a genuine liking for an English song named Hey Jude. It seemed to be a hit song back then because all my friends used to sing along with the song. Fix my mind on. A place to read. Okay, I'm going to talk about a coffee shop named Sculpting in Time. It's a lovely and peaceful place where I can fix my mind on reading over a cup of coffee. Every time I hit the place, I will settle down to read because I feel more focused, energetic, and productive while reading there. Meanwhile, it's a perfect place for me to read the classics because it allows me to think deeply and reflect on my life. Fix a problem, a person who told you knowledge. I'm going to talk about my father, who is a wise, knowledgeable, and supportive person. I think highly of my father because he is not only ace at his job, but also a positive and a helpful person on a daily basis. For example, he tends to encourage me with words of wisdom like seize the day, follow your heart, and be yourself. Also, whenever I have got a problem in my life, he will try his best to help me fix it. Fix the environment. What I think is that governments should pour resources to fix the environment. Yeah, fix the government is also right, sadly. And yep, let's continue. Fixed. I fancy Jay Chou not only because he's a born singer, but also for a reason that he doesn't create music in a fixed way. For example, he's able to inject Chinese elements into his music. Fancy Taylor Swift not only because of her wonderful singing voice, but also for the reason that she doesn't create music in a fixed way. For example, she's able to inject her own love stories into her music. Fancy, a fancy gift, a fancy restaurant, crowded place. I'm going to talk about Source Lorgu line because it's a crowded, boozing, and vibrant place where there are a lot of fancy shops, pubs, and restaurants. Meanwhile, it enjoys long history and a great reputation, so it's easier to understand why lots of people flock to the streets every time they come to Beijing. Fancy someone. I fancy J.K. Rowling because he's an amazing writer. She. What she has written down has a positive influence on young children around the world. It not only helps them spark their imagination, but also inspires them to be a more kind-hearted person. Okay, that is the end of part 2.